Hello viewers, welcome to our program Immigration and Legal Affairs. I am your immigration attorney Michael Fulwani, and once again we have with us attorney David Nachman. Mr. Nachman, welcome.
Thanks so much, Michael.
And the good news is that David Nachman and me, we are now partners. We have joined our forces together, and the name of our new law firm is NPZ.
Law Group.
Law Group.
Right.
And you want to say something more about the NPZ Group?
Well, just to let everyone know, we should let all our viewers know that the NPZ Law Group has its offices in Ridgewood, New Jersey. We also continue to maintain an office in Maywood, New Jersey, which is Michael's office. And we have offices in Midtown Manhattan, located on 36th Street, right off of Fifth Avenue for our clients in New York. We also have an affiliated office, of course, in Mumbai, which
Yes.
Michael's office in Mumbai. And we have Canadian lawyers on our staff who can assist you, your families, and your friends going out from the United States to Canada or going anywhere else in the world into Canada. So that's an additional service that we're able to provide.
By the way, our Jackson Heights office is the one that is moving to Manhattan in New York.
Correct.
That David just mentioned.
That's right.
So we have everything, including Canadian immigration. If you cannot get a green card for the US, maybe we can help you to go to Canada.
That's right. And since this is a national show, I guess we should mention that individuals throughout the United States always send us questions about possibly using Canada as a backup resource in the event that their U.S. immigration issues do not necessarily work out. And in the backs of our minds, Michael and myself, we're always thinking about Canadian immigration as an option for you. So if you have any questions about Canadian immigration, we have Canadian immigration lawyers in the United States on our staff who can serve you.
Okay, let us start our today's program with cutoff dates for the month of December 2011. Remember, we get the cutoff dates much in advance of the start of the month. So we are able to tell you even in the middle of the month now about the cutoff dates. First of all, we start with the family preference categories. The first preference, which is for the unmarried sons and daughters over the age of 21 of US citizens. It's a good news in a way, because it advances by, how many months is that, David?
I'm sorry, the family first preference?
Yes.
By 5 weeks?
Okay. And the date now is September 1, 2004. Maybe I can have that. Yes.
Yeah.
The family 2A category, which is for the spouses and children of green card holders under the age of 21. The good news actually, and as I said, first preference moved to 5 weeks, and the second 2A category also moves to 5 weeks for all the countries to March 22nd, 2009, which is pretty nicely, basically, at one point the family 2A category, the husband, wife of green card holder or children under 21 of green card, the waiting time was 4 to 5 years. Then it started moving very, very fast. It came almost only 4 months of waiting. Unfortunately, started going back, and again it became about 3 to 4 years. But now if it is March 2009, so I would say if it moves with this speed, it may be 1.5 to 2 years waiting time, which is a very good news. How many of our clients and their wives and children or husbands are waiting in India and Pakistan and Bangladesh desperately? So it's a good news for them. The family 2B category, which is for the unmarried sons and daughters over the age of 21 of green card holders, moves 2 weeks all the countries by August 15, 2003. Unfortunately, there's a long wait in this 2003. We are in 2011. You're looking at 7-8 years and moving very slowly. The family third preference, which is the married sons and daughters of US citizens, also moves by 2 weeks only for all the countries to October 8, 2001. This category is again another 8-9 years. I mean, this is the problem. Some categories move nicely, some move very slowly, some even go back and come back. So that's why every month is important for you to know how the dates are advancing and sometimes retrogressing, that means going back. Now, the family fourth preference, which are the brothers and sisters of US citizens, fairly good news, moves by 4 weeks for all the countries to July 15, 2000. In the employment preference categories, all the countries, including India, are current. They have been current for a long time, and hopefully they will remain current for quite some time. Although some people say there is a possibility that at some point they could also
be
get
some
a
retrogression.
cut-off date.
Yeah.
The employment second preference, which is for the advanced degree holders, is current for most of the countries except India. But good news for India, very good news for India. Advances by 18 weeks
Yeah.
to March 15, 2008. So the waiting time, especially if they move like this, probably will be maybe 2 years or less.
Yeah, just this
Very, very
week.
good news, very, very good news.
Yeah, we received a lot of phone calls from our clients who have been waiting a long time, so that was nice that it advanced so far.
It's a good occasion for them to celebrate.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
the employment third preference, professionals, bachelor degree holders, skilled workers, advances by 3 weeks to January 15, 2006 for most of the countries except India. India unfortunately advances only by 2 weeks to August 1st, 2002. The employment third preference other workers category for most other countries except India advanced by 6 weeks to January 1, 2006. But for India, it moves by 5 weeks to July 22nd, 2002. The special immigrants category, which include religious priests, religious workers, has been current for most of the time and will remain current. The investors of $1 million or $500,000 employment fifth preference category is also current for all the countries, including India. So this month we have some good news for some people, especially I would say for the family first preference and for the
Employment second preference, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Some other very important information. The Mumbai Consulate. Now, the American Consulate in Mumbai, as you know, a lot of you might have come from Gujarat and other Maharashtra and must have got their visitor visas, student visas, H1 visas, green cards from there. That location was 78 Bulla Bhai Desai Road. That is now moving for about 2 years. This building has been there under construction, and actually their moving was delayed quite a bit. Although in anticipation of that, David, we moved our office to Bandra Kurla complex near that, but they delayed. Anyway, they are moving on 15th of November, and that Bulla Bhai Desai office will be closed. Now, the consulate in Bombay will be closed for all operations at all, no interviews, no nothing, from 15th to 21st of November. But my experience is that they say 21st, they are moving, there will be a lot of issues, computers, people, probably you will see another 3, 4, 5 days, another week before everybody gets settled down and all the work becomes normal. So it is in a very in a good news anyway, because they have, right, let me tell you, they have 13 windows, they had 13 windows in the Bulla Bhai Desai Road. It's a very big building, and that 13 windows will become 44. So I talked to one of the consuls there, and they said, of course we need a lot of people, so there are many more consular officers going to come. 44 windows instead of 13. So things will move very faster and will be speedy service, and hopefully that will make everybody happy.
Right, emphasis on hopefully, right?
Yeah, of course, always hopeful. Also, there are a number of other agencies that are different places in Bombay, including the library, American Library in Churchgate, that's got closed, and that's going to move in the same location. The FDA and some other agencies, they are all moving in the location. But I think we have to take a very quick, short break. And after the break, I will continue to explain to you more about the Bombay Consulate India and some other important information. So stay tuned. We will be back. Welcome back. Just before the break, we were talking about the American consulate in Mumbai moving from Bulabai Desai Road to, I think it's Bandra Kurla complex. Very big building, is right next to the American school, and it's an excellent location, I can say that. And there are a lot of big banks, big properties, and very secure. That was the whole purpose, because I think David hasn't been to Bombay, you will be going now. The Bulabai Desai Road was on main road and very accessible to the security issues were there seriously. So now that is gone now. But this is a location that I'll take you in the consulate when we go there. So basically so big that even the residence of the consul general is right there inside. And then they have other agencies. As a public, the library that was near the church gate is going to be there now. The FDA has an office there, is going to be there also. And I think it is going to be a very nice place, will provide much better service. The many more windows, 44 against the 13 or 14 that they used to be before. Now, the last item that I want to tell you on that, the VFS. Now, VFS is an office where people go make appointments. VFS is where people submit papers, which still is going to be opposite Mahalakshmi temple in India for a few days. And we are waiting for further information as to whether they will also get maybe closer to the Bandra Kurla complex or whatever. And when that information becomes available, we will let you know.
Well, so, Michael, one additional point which I know you want to make also is that that property that was previously occupied by the U.S. consulate is for sale. So if anybody has a bundle of money, no problem.
But not only that, David, not only that, right next, very close by maybe 1 block or 2 blocks, there is another building which was like a Washington House, they call it, where the American consuls were living. So that also, now they are moving them also in that area. That also will be on sale. They have already declared that the Lincoln House, the old building of the American consulate, and the Washington building, they are both up for sale, prime locations. I mean, I don't know how many thousands of crores they want, but I would say if I had the money, I'll buy those both buildings, historical.
I guess we're kind of getting into the real estate business here, huh?
I'm saying, not a bad idea. So this is all the information about the relocation of Mumbai office. And in between, the people were asking some question, if they are going to be closed for 7 or 8 or 10 days, what are we going to do in emergent situations? And they have announced that people would be able to go to New Delhi, to Hyderabad or Chennai, and can there get a visa processing done there. So that's an option to many people. We are very, I'm saying, closely watching as to how this change takes place, and there will be more information coming, because they are also making some changes like congressionals or some other type of inquiries that are going to the American Consul Bombay. They are thinking, or might have already done it, I'll find out. They will be done through New Delhi. So people that want to find out about the status of the case, or at least the congressional inquiries, they will all go to New Delhi embassy rather than the consulate. Like that, there will be some definitely more changes, and we are actively in contact with the consulate people and be giving you latest information from time to time. Also,
Michael, I was going to say, but forgive me for stating the obvious, but obviously in a circumstance like this where there's a changeover by the U.S. government, there are a lot of bumps in the road when we visa process, and we're hoping that obviously everything gets streamlined very quickly at the new situs and everything works out well, but we want the viewers to know that there is likely to be some delay
David,
as a result of that.
Thank you very much. I didn't want to scare the people much more. But remember, our office in India, the affiliate office, is right maybe 10 minutes away from the consulate. Right. So if you have any problems, you need any assistance, just take a scooter, go in 10 minutes there, call them, make an appointment, and they'll try to help you. And if there are any questions that they have to send to our group here, an office here, they will be contacting us for assistance. And we are always here, there, everywhere. As you said, we have offices in New York City, in Manhattan, going to be, and we have in Ridgewood, we have in Maywood, and the Mumbai office. And maybe we may go forward with more offices. So
the key is, of course, that we're only a phone call or an email away to be able to answer the questions that our viewers might have. right?
One other, I don't know how much time we have before the break, but one other important item that if we cannot finish before the break, we'll continue thereafter, is a lot of people are calling about buying a home, investment in a property with $500,000. Now we know that there is a program for getting a green card based upon investment, the employment, fifth preference category, but this is not green card here. In this situation, if a person buys a house to live and has to spend $250,000 or more, he may qualify. In addition to that, he must also buy some properties that he can rent or make income from, another $250,000 or more. So $500,000 or $600,000 total, including his own home and some kind of revenue, is something that may get them a long-term permission to stay and also work in the United States.
Yeah, Michael, you and I were talking about this the other day, and we had kicked around whether this was more of an incentive to give retirees an ability to come to the United States, or whether it was something that was a break-off from an investor visa type of thing, like the e-visa that is available. One of the things that's very interesting as part of this new proposal is that there has to certainly be an active investment involved in the ability to come to the United States. And it seems like what they're doing is designating a $250,000, and it's not formalized, but it seems like from the proposal it's a $250,000 investment for the person's principal residence, and then another $250,000 as part of a rental, where what they would be doing is owning condominiums, which are offshoots from that principal residence, renting them out, and that is how they kind of sweep in the ability of the individual to be actively involved in the resident, in the real estate arena. And it's kind of interesting, I guess, also from the standpoint of, obviously in the United States right now, the real estate market is not exactly doing as great as it could, and therefore, by providing this additional incentive, the two individuals who've proposed this bill are trying to, I think, bolster the real estate market.
Yeah, very, very good point. Be very clear, because whenever we do a TV program like this, people think, oh, it's a law, new law now, let us do this. It's not a law yet. It is right now only a bill that has been introduced in the House, the Senate.
With Senator Schumer.
Senator Schumer,
right,
who's our own senator, New York,
yeah,
and Senator Mike Lee. So these two senators, and they are very hopeful that this may pass, although we have seen lot and lot of bills in Senate and the House die in the committees itself before we are getting for a vote. But I hope, there's a point here. Why is this good? Why is it important? Why it could be bipartisan between both? Is number one is that, the housing market, a major issue is employment and housing market. The prices are depressed, very serious problem. So they think that maybe we open the door to foreigners, that they can come and buy the houses. By the way,